Good morning. It is 6:37 a.m. It's Monday, and I got an offer from DoorDash to go to Starbucks. I'm going to get $8.85 for 4.5 miles. I didn't have to wait too long for this offer to come in. I got one bad offer from Uber Eats, and then this one came in, so it looks like it's going to be a good day. I mean, at least it's a good start to the day. It's going to be about a 5-minute drive to the pickup. I don't think there's anything unusual for the pickup. It's your standard Starbucks pickup. Walk up to the counter, grab it and go, or stand there and wait. Uh-oh. Make the light. Yeah, it's gonna be should be pretty normal. I don't know about the drop off yet. I don't like to look at the drop off until I already have the order in the car. All it does is it makes me anxious if I jump ahead and I start thinking ahead about gate codes and if I've been there before. Is this going to be a hard item to deliver? I like to save that step for when I finally have the order in the car. Let's see if there's any special instructions for the pickup. I don't think there's anything special. It just says, please use the front door for pickup. It's all standard. There's nothing unusual here. They state all the obvious things in the pickup instructions. So there's no point of even telling you guys. You can read it on the screen. And the goal today is the same as usual. I'm going to be trying to make $50 today. And that is it. And hopefully it happens soon. Hopefully by 9:30 I'll have that money in my pocket. It usually takes me 2.5 to 3 hours of being online to get the $50. Actual work time is usually 2 hours of work to get it done, and then there's like an hour of time that I spend waiting to get an offer is the norm. If you're new to doing DoorDash, congratulations, you made it to finding a new way to make money for yourself. Don't stress about it. It's not that hard. Anytime you do something new, it's going to be stressful, but once you get the hang of this job, it's really not that hard. So as you watch this video, you'll see how I deal with things every day, and that will help to build your confidence too. If you've never done it before, you'll see even though I've done this for years and years, you'll see all the trials and tribulations I have to endure to get this job done. Alright, arrived at store. What's causing the delay? Oh, they're still working on it. Submit. They're still working on it. Park. I guess I'll park right here, I guess. Alright, we're here. Let's go get it. No waiting on the order. Verify the items in the order. I did. Start the directions. Let's secure the order so it doesn't tip over. Let's look at where we're going. 7-minute drive, 2.5 miles. Gate code is, and it's a leave at the door. And it looks like it wants me to take the freeway. Guess that's the faster way to go, I guess. Or is it? I don't think it's the faster way to go. Maybe it's the shorter distance, that's why it's making me go this way. It's definitely not going to be faster time. The light takes forever to change to get on the freeway normally. Sometimes I don't follow the directions that it says because the distance is usually, sometimes it's closer if I just take the street. This one's a tough call. It looks like time-wise getting on the freeway is going to be faster. But the street may be quick. I think I just might take the street. I think it's a shorter distance. I always go for the shorter distance when it comes to the deliveries, because that way I don't have to deal with wasting miles. I think I'm only gonna save, I think if I take the street I'm only gonna save maybe a quarter of a mile, so I'll probably just take the freeway. There are so many lights now that I think about it if I take the street. This person's a generous tipper to pay this much money for one coffee. That's all they got. And then once I drop this off, I have to think of where I want to park and wait for the next offer. So I have two choices. I can either park at a McDonald's that's really close to there, or I could drive back over near here and wait for an offer. There are definitely more opportunities over here than if I park at that McDonald's. I'll just see how I feel once I drop it off. That's really how I kind of do it. If they have multiple choices, I'll wait. I'll wait and see how I feel after the drop off. My instinct is telling me just go to the McDonald's, that I'll get something right away at the McDonald's. Especially because it's Monday. Monday people are just so desperate to have something in their stomachs to get the week started, so here come the cars. Starbucks was really quiet inside. There was nothing going in there. I think I was the only customer inside when I walked in, so everything was quiet. So that's also a clue to me as well, that I don't necessarily have to rush back over to that area, because things aren't hopping just yet. I just happened to luck out on this particular offer. Usually the first 5 to 10 offers that come in on these apps are terrible and they're not worth taking. I'll usually spend about sometimes 15-20 minutes waiting for my first offer of the morning sometimes. Got another 0.7 miles to go, and there's the McDonald's. So that tells me it's going to take me, well, it's going to take me a little over half a mile to get back to this McDonald's if I want to come back over here. It's telling me I've got to get over, but I got to make a right turn. Alright, well, I'll make a right turn from the far left lane. What's the gate code? What's the address? I see it. Throw my hazards on. It's gonna be a leave at the door. Thank you. Easy drop off. Turn Uber Eats back on. Turn this car around. It was a simple drop off, and I had a little table or a little stand to put the drink on, so that's where I put it. And now all the terrible offers are coming in. All the garbage. I think I'll head back over to my area. I think I will. Sometimes when I'm at that McDonald's, it is such a long wait. Oh no, I'm going the wrong way. I'm going the wrong way. So I'm gonna head back over to the district where they have like Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf is over there. Starbucks is over there. There's just a lot more different things over there. And if McDonald's really needs me as I'm driving away from McDonald's, I should get an offer telling me to turn around and go back. And since it seems to be slow right now, this is the time when I just kind of cruise. I don't really drive fast. I just drive slow. Kind of like what taxi drivers do when they don't, when they don't have any rides. They're just sort of just waiting for a ride to come in. They just drive real slow. Now we have almost $9 in the pot right now, and that was super simple. So if you're new to doing DoorDash, take offers that are easy like that. Get up early in the morning and take Starbucks offers. They're so easy. There's nothing hard about them at all. The hardest part is just telling the employee at the counter who you're there to pick up for. Everything else is simple. Once you have the order, it's simple. I mean, I shouldn't say that because you all know about the dreaded apartments and how stressful that can be, so I shouldn't say that. So if you're new and you get stuck with an apartment, I'm sorry to hear it, but it's a part of the job. You've got to figure out how to drop off at an apartment sometimes. And when you're new, it takes a long time to figure it out. But once you get the hang of it, it's no big deal. All right, well, I'm parked in the district area, and I'll sit here for 5 minutes. I'll need my sunglasses. All right, so we got the next offer, and it is from DoorDash. We're going to be going to 7-Eleven. I'm going to get $6 for 3 miles. Let's roll out. All right, now I need my sunglasses. Directions.
Drive south, then turn right onto the Sanford Parkway. Turn right onto the Sanford Parkway. In 800 feet, left onto South Green Mountain Parkway.
I was waiting in the parking lot for probably about 3 to 4 minutes when this one came in. A lot of terrible offers came in while I was waiting. A lot of like Walmart and other stuff. I never take Walmart orders. I don't like going to Walmart. There's usually an unpredictably long amount of time that you have to wait for the Walmart employee to bring your order out to your car. I've had so many bad experiences trying to do a delivery for Walmart that I gave up. So now Walmart is banned from my services. I don't go to Walmart no matter the dollar amount. There was one time I went and they said they were going to pay me $178 to drive 21 miles. And I went down there and I sat in the parking lot for over an hour waiting for the order. And when somebody finally came out, they said, "Oh, most of your orders aren't ready, and we don't know when they're going to be ready." And they said, and one of your orders got canceled. Like they were trying to basically give me the hint. Give up and cancel and leave is what they were hinting at, but they couldn't directly tell me that. So the 7-Eleven is 4 minutes from here. It's just like a mile and a half away from here. And I don't know what I'm shopping for. There's a section in here where you can see the different items that you're shopping for. It's a lot of stuff, but I don't think I see anything heavy. Most of it is just food. do this delivery, I'll be at about $15. So far, traffic is pretty light. I'm really surprised. It's after 7 o'clock. The traffic should be getting pretty crazy right now. Once I get close enough to the store, I always hit the arrive button. In the past, I would only hit it when I was first doing DoorDash. I would only hit the arrive button when I actually was physically parked at the store or restaurant. Then I would hit it, and I discovered that worked against me. That my untimeliness was getting dinged, because I was not hitting the button the moment I was, offered the button to be pressed. So right now at this point, I'm gonna press arrived at store, because it really is in my better interest to do it. Now there's nobody at 7-Eleven. And then even after I press the I've arrived at store, I also just say, oh, they're working on the order, just to cover myself. I'm just waiting on the pizza. All that stuff is mine. Ooh, this person ordered a lot of stuff. Got a pizza, got a drink, 2 bags. Directions. That took a while. It was about a 6-minute wait for the order. They were still working on that pizza. Oh, my thumb. My thumb is still sore from hurting it on a shopping cart a few weeks ago. It's still sore. I can use it now. Before I couldn't even barely use it. Now it's just sore sometimes if I'm carrying too many items.
Drive south, then turn right. Drive north for 500 feet. Drive north on Carnegie Drive, then turn left. Take a short left onto Adams Drive, then turn right onto Western Pacific Parkway.
This person is not very generous to order this much food and only tip me this small amount of money. That's not a very generous person. Got about now it's a 2-minute drive, 1.1 miles. And it says you can hand it to the front desk. And this is the name of the business. If I'm not out there, thank you. All right. I think the person I was dealing with at the 7-Eleven, I think he was either an owner or family member of the owner, because he was much more thorough than the normal employees I deal with at 7-Eleven. He actually wanted to see me confirm the order. He wanted to make sure that I didn't leave and that I got all the items. He was very thorough. The other ones, they just hand you the stuff and you just leave. into this business before. Looks like it's near the Lee's liquor store. It's some type of medical facility. Yeah, it's new. This is a new operation. Health Express.
In 200 feet, your destination will be on the left.
Says they're open. Alright, let's do it. See if I can carry all this stuff and my phone. It's gonna be a road trip. And I gotta open the door. It's locked. Thank you. What am I, a regular? Yeah, that's right. There's the drink. Food. All right, you're all set. Thank you. You're welcome. Have a good one.
Drive south.
Ooh, all right, so I'm still here in the same shopping center as that drop-off. I'm in a hot zone, so I'm going to sit here for the usual amount of time and wait for something to come in. Is from Uber Eats. We're going to go to Munch Box. I'm going to get $7.26 for 1 mile. I just got to figure out the best way to go to get there. Maybe it's better to go this way. I'm close to the light, but I think I have a good line of sight to jump into the far left-hand lane. And it'll save me miles if I do it.
Drive west. Then, in 80 feet, 10925 Southeastern Avenue.
Yeah, I can see good. Usually when I leave this shopping center, I can't see to get across the road and the cars come so fast. I think this was just the very next offer that came in. I don't think any bad offers came in on this one. I'm trying to show you guys not just the offers I accept, I'm trying to show you a sampling of the bad offers I decline, so you get an idea of what's a good offer and what's a bad offer. All you do is you set up for yourself what your limits are. Like maybe you won't accept an offer less than $5 or $6, whatever it is. So you look for that dollar amount on the screen. And then you won't accept it unless it's $2 for every mile. So then you just do your math as the offers come in. So you get it right. And if you're not good at math, make a little cheat sheet for yourself. A little piece of paper that has all the different possibilities that something could come in, that you can just look at it. Generally, I just look at the miles and I double it. So if I see a three mile offer, I'm like, well, that's going to be $6 minimum. So that's how I do it. I really don't focus too much on the dollar amount first. I look at the miles first. The drop-off must be really close to here for this total trip to only be 1 mile. They might even be in this shopping center. All right, let's go get it. 9-minute wait. time. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. Whew. I had the app on with DoorDash to see if something else would come in, but nothing good came in. Everything was bad. It's the way it goes. Now we're going to be going to an apartment. It's just across the street. And they gave me a gate code, so I should be good. Looks like Uber currently is the active app right now. As I'm making my way to the drop-off, offers are starting to come in. Nothing good. So far, just lousy offers, nothing decent. Well, let's see if the gate is open. Is the gate open? No. Alright, leave at door, second parking lot. Alright, first parking lot. Second parking lot. Looks like it's straight ahead. Yep, it's just straight ahead up those stairs. Throw my hazards on. Boy, this app is going crazy. I better stop requests until I get this delivered. It's like I need to focus. I can't be dealing with the non-stop requests. Thank you. All right, deliver. I gotta safely back up out of here. Man. Alright, that's done. And now the app, of course, is not blinging at all. And that just figures. Just typical. It's like the app was going totally berserk as I was trying to drop the offer, as I was trying to make the delivery to the door. The app just kept sending me offer after offer, hoping that I would take a terrible offer, and I was not gonna. $6.50, 2.3 miles, shop for 4 items. No, that's okay, decline. That's too low for shopping. Alright, I'm gonna park. I'm in a hot zone, so I'm gonna park here in this apartment complex and wait for an offer to come in. There's no sense driving around. If I'm currently in a hot zone, there's no point driving around. $7.25 to shop for 4 items for 0.9 miles. Well, hell, I can't say no to that. Except that is so close. Alright, we got the next one from DoorDash. I'm going to go to CVS. I'm going to get $7.25 for 0.9 miles. Shopping for 4 items. Can't say no to that short a distance. Turned off. Yeah, that's too short of a distance to say no to. Someone's gonna give me almost $8 just to drive a mile, and all I gotta do is pick up 4 things at a CVS. That should be simple. Where should I go? I think I'll make a left. It'll be faster if I make a left. Alright, exit. Press arrived at store. Start the shopping. Do you want to send an introduction to the customer? No, I do not. What am I shopping for? I'm shopping for 2 packages of toilet paper and 2 bottles of laundry detergent. Sounds easy. The only thing difficult about this is they're bulky items, and of course the laundry detergent is going to be kind of heavy. Other than that, it should be fine. They may not have 2 bottles of the detergent in stock. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they just don't stock the shelf with a lot of laundry detergent because they're worried about theft. So they only put like 1 bottle on the shelf sometimes. Or if it's a special kind of detergent, it'll be locked, and I've got to ask for help. Oh, it looks like so far I'm going to have low miles on the car. That last delivery was $7-ish for a mile, and this one's another $7-ish for a mile. So that puts me at a total of $14 for 2 miles right now. So this is going to really keep the number of miles on my car low today. Uh-oh. It looks like the CVS might be closed. There's nobody in the parking lot. Oh no, and I've already said that I've arrived. Well, don't see there's a problem. Oh no, I saw the door just close. It's open. I'm just the only one here. Let's do it. Charmin. 2 of them. They want 5 of these. They only have 4. Well, I got everything the customer wanted, except for 1 bottle of laundry detergent. But I got all the other substitutes. Toilet paper was no problem getting, but the laundry detergent, they didn't have the big bottle that they wanted. They wanted 2 big bottles and they just had the little bottles. And then that was their substitute. They said, give me 5 little bottles. I'm like, they don't have 5 little bottles. They got 4. So they cleaned them out. They had no more bottles of that detergent left on the shelf. I took them all. Go through the right gate. The building number is, the gate code is, do not knock, do not ring. You got it. Oh man. I don't like all these bulky items. They put a lot of pressure on my thumb. I try to make sure I'm only carrying heavy objects with my right hand and then light objects with my left, but sometimes I don't have a choice. So for you new DoorDash drivers, this is going to be an apartment delivery, so you always check. The first thing you do when you leave for the deliveries, you check to see where you're going and what type of drop-off is it going to be. And then when you see an apartment, make sure there's a gate code in there. So you look for that gate code because that's going to be your first obstacle to get past. So in this case, I have a gate code. If you didn't have a gate code, you've got to be real sneaky. You've got to sneak in behind other cars to get in. Message the customer, ask them if they have a gate code, which they most likely don't. That's why they didn't put it in the instructions. Yeah, you just got to figure out a way in. Every and any idea you can think of, you got to do it to get inside that building. You got to be like a cat burglar. After I drop this off, I'm just gonna sit inside this apartment complex and wait for the next offer. Oh, I think someone's leaving, or no? Oh, he can't activate the gate. Where'd it go? It didn't go. There it goes. I pressed the button, it didn't go. That was weird, that normally works. Okay, that's building 1. That's not what I'm looking for. That's building 2. That's not what I'm looking for. I think I have this place mapped out. Yeah. Take me to building 4. Drive me to building 4. You have arrived. Thanks. Oh, here it is. Alright, I've been to an apartment over here before where I delivered water, so I'm gonna go over here and see if I end up at the right place last time where I dropped off. Throw my hazards on and run in. Thank you. $7, $4, no. $7, 3.3 miles to shop, no. Let's see if I can find a place that's not in the sun. Sometimes I can get a parking spot over here that's not in the sun, where I can wait. $10, 11 miles, nope. Alright, let's wait and see what happens next. We got the next offer from DoorDash. Gonna go to Pinkbox. I'm gonna get $7 for what I believe is 3.8 miles. The offer came in right away. There was just one bad one, and then this one came in, so there was no waiting. So that was good news. The house that I dropped off that toilet paper and laundry detergent at was the same house I had delivered a whole bunch of cases of water to in the past, so I lucked out. I wasn't exactly 100% sure I was going to the right location, but as soon as I saw the building number, I said, well, the only building I've ever been to, or apartment number, I'm gonna go to first and see if that's the number, and it was. Usually that's what the case is. It's usually repeat customers are using the app, so pretty common. Wow, I'm surprised it's busy at Pinkbox today, considering it's Monday. Usually people are trying to watch their diet. It was like a 5-minute wait, not too bad. Now I have to verify all the items in their order, hit confirm pickup, and start driving. Oh dear, I think it's going to a business, not a house. That's the hard part about the weekdays, is delivering to all these different businesses. So parking usually is not easy. I always do this job in this neighborhood because there are just too many unknown variables when you leave your neighborhood. You have to kind of know what you're dealing with when you drop off. So since I've been delivering in this neighborhood for a long time, usually it's some place that I've been to before, so I'm ready to go. I'm ready to deal with whatever is coming my way. So once I see where this drop off is, it should trigger a memory of like, oh, this is where I need to park, and this is the process I need to go through to drop it off. And then that makes it less stressful. That's the hardest part about doing DoorDash when you're new, is everything you're learning. So every single thing is stressful. Just asking a stranger to give you something in the store and not feeling like you're robbing them takes some getting used to in the beginning. You always kind of feel weird doing this job at first when you do it, because you don't know what you're doing and you just feel like you're completely out of your element. So, but that's just like anything. Once you do it a few times, it's just the same thing over and over again. It's selecting an offer, it's getting to the place for the pickup, it's going through the process of what you have to do to get the picked up order, and then it's just driving and dropping it off and going through that process of how do we drop it off. And don't be surprised when you first do this job that you make mistakes, like you deliver to the wrong house. I've done that before myself in the beginning. When you're first doing this job, you're so nervous. It's so easy to make mistakes. So don't be hard on yourself if you make a mistake. The app isn't going to kick you off the first few times you make a mistake. It's if you do it too many times. Usually if you drop off to the wrong house, the customer will call you right away. And then you just got to race back over to the house and go get it. Usually if it's a leave at the door, it's still sitting there on their doorstep. Nobody's picked it up yet. But if you drop off at the wrong place and somebody takes the order off the doorstep, there's nothing you can do. You can't get the order back. Got about another 5 minutes to go until we get to the drop-off. 1.6 miles. Capstone Christian Academy. I don't know if I've ever been to this place before. Right now it doesn't ring a bell. Handed to customer. This is the name of the business. It's on Maryland and Serene. I don't think I've ever been to this place before. That's not ringing any bells, this particular drop-off location. I'm just going to take it to the front desk and just say the name of the customer. Usually if I'm dropping off at a business, I just leave it with reception. Unless there's a actual human being waiting outside at the curb. There must be no school today. Yeah, the light's not flashing. I don't think I've seen any school buses today or anything. I didn't know today was a holiday. What is today? Today's April 28th. There's no holiday that I can think of that's today. Maybe there's some kind of parent-teacher conference, or I don't know. I mean, this place I'm going to is a school, but it's a private school, so it doesn't follow the same schedule as the public school system. Now I'm just racking my brains right now trying to think if I've ever been to this location, and I can't even think of there being a business anywhere over here that's a school. It must be really small, or I've just never delivered there, so I never noticed. Quarter of a mile till we get there. Well, there's something coming up here pretty soon on the left. Is this the entrance? Do I turn here or the next? Oh, I turn the next turn. I have never been to this school. This is a new one for me. Where should I park? Let's see. Can I park here? Yeah. Alright, we're here. Let's go drop it off. Thank you. Hi, good morning. Thank you. You're welcome. Have a good day. Thank you. Boy, it's busy. $8.75 for 10 miles. No thanks. That's too high. That was an easy drop off. It wasn't any big deal at all. I was expecting a lot more challenges, but the door was wide open and there was a welcoming party of people the moment I walked in the door. Alright, so now I'm just gonna head to, I think there's a Denny's straight ahead, all the way down, and it'll take me to Eastern and Serene. And once I get over there, I should have some more options. Or, let's see, what other options do I have? I could make a right turn here at Maryland Parkway, and then a left on Silverado and go to a Target and park there. I don't know what's my better option. I guess they're both good. Decisions. Oh, I know what I'll do. I'll keep going down Serene until I get to Spencer, and then I'll make a right, and then another left that'll take me to a Carl's Jr. and a Protein House, and then there's a lot of stuff over there. Usually if I park over near the Denny's, for whatever reason, I don't get as many offers. I don't know why. Just been my experience that if I park there, things don't work out as successfully as if I move a little bit more to the south. So when you don't have any offers, you have to do by trial and error. You have to learn where the app is friendlier to you and throws you more offers. If nothing comes in. Let's see, $7.75. No, that's a terrible, I hate that place. That's a smelly place. Some places I don't like to go to just because of the smell. If it's an unpleasant experience, I don't want to deal with it. It's weird how the smell of a place can make a difference on whether or not it's a good experience or a bad. Like that place could have very friendly people, but if it stinks, I don't want to go there. I don't want to deal with a horrible smell. A McDonald's offer. No. $15 for 14 miles, no. Albertson, shop at Albertson, $6.25 for 6 miles, nope. I'm just cruising along. So far the day's going just fine. It's a pretty normal day. $4 for 2.1 miles. Nope, too low. It's got to be at least 5. If this was a super slow day, I would have taken that $4 offer just out of desperation to keep busy. But so far the day has been moving along just fine. And I usually know when my day is over. I usually have about 25-30 miles on the car. So I don't even have to look at the money. I just look at the miles on my car, and that tells me my day's almost over. That's why I do the $2 for every mile. It gives me a really strong sense of where I'm at. Here in the shopping center, I'm just going to try to find a place to park where I'm not going to be facing the sun. $5 for 4 miles, no. Well, now I shall wait. I was only here for less than a minute and I got an offer. That's awesome. So the next one's from DoorDash. I'm going to get $13 for 6.9 miles going to Scrambled. I think there was a faster way for me to get to this restaurant, but it's too late now. I just thought of it right now. This is actually a much longer distance than if I would have just went the other way. Too late. The app doesn't always take you the shortest distance. Sometimes it's just a matter of like 60 seconds. It'll be like, oh, this way's 1 minute faster, but I have to drive like a mile and a half out of my way. Right now I have to drive 4 minutes, 1.1 miles to the drop off. And if I wanted to, I can exit out of I can exit out of the navigation, and I can look and see what the customer ordered before I even get there. So I can see the customer ordered what is it, 2 drinks and a meal. So I know I have to look for 2 drinks when I get there. Make sure I get 2 drinks. That's the most commonly missed item is the drink. So whenever I do this job, I always look to see if there's a drink. I think the only time I don't look is if it's a Starbucks order. That's always, you automatically always think it's going to be a drink, and then they always just hand you a bag that's sealed, so you don't even know what's in it. Now I have to remember at Scrambled now, they want me to confirm the order when I go in there, so I've got to be on my game and remember that's a new step. They're the only restaurant too that wants to know if it's an Uber Eats or a DoorDash order. So the first thing I tell them is DoorDash for, and then I say the customer's name. The other places you just say the name. I guess the system they have set up at Scramble, they want the delivery drivers to say what app it is, so they must keep them separated on different shelves. The food orders. Yeah, this is definitely the faster way to go. It's just like a freeway. I'm going like 60 miles an hour. It's a 55 mile an hour road, so it's like a freeway. And the entrance comes up real quick. Wow, there's a motorhome over here taking up all the parking. Where should I park? There's a spot over here. All right, let's do it. Alrighty then. Let's try to figure out what this navigation is trying to tell me to do, because I'm not doing that. It is trying to tell me to take Silverado Ranch Boulevard all the way down to the drop-off. That or take, what is my other option? What street is this? Pebble? Yeah. Pebble. That's the one I'm taking. I'm gonna take Pebble all the way down. People are so aggressive, man. People here always drive like they are in that, what's that game? Grand Theft Auto. That's how they drive. They play that video game as kids and they think that's how you're supposed to drive in real life. I have a feeling this is going to be a difficult drop-off. I have this funny feeling this was going to be a hard one. The drop-off is near near Las Vegas Boulevard and Pebble. And there's an apartment complex there with a security guard, and it's very difficult to figure out what building to park at to get to the door. It's really confusing. But I've been there before, so I should be able to figure it out. Ooh, someone's getting pulled over. Someone's busted. This is going to be currently a 13-minute drive. 5 miles. Oh, that person's getting out of the car. Ooh, she's mad. She's going after that person. Ooh, she was mad. She had a stern look on her face. I noticed when I went inside of Scrambled that my order was the only order sitting on the shelf. So that means nobody wanted to deliver this order. That means it's a difficult one. I don't think I would have taken it either if I would have known. I saw it was near Las Vegas Boulevard, but it wasn't on Las Vegas Boulevard, so I thought, well, it can't be that bad. Use the arrows on the call box. My apartment number is, or contact security. Ugh. Oh no. This is going to be taking the street all the way down. There's no freeway involved in this one. We are on the street, surface streets the whole way. I don't know where I'm at money-wise, but I got 18 miles on the car right now. See if all my tips have come in yet on Uber. Nope. Those are still pending. I don't even remember when I started today. I think I left the house at 6:30. 6:37. Yeah. It's been 2 hours. And my day normally ends at 9:30 or 10, so I know I have at least an hour to go before I hit my goal. Wow, this guy's a really cautious driver. That car was so far away. Alright, now we're on Pebble, so I'll take this down for 4 miles all the way down, and it's going to be on the left. We got a long way ahead. Long way to go. So I guess I can tell you guys about other things to pass the time. So I have a delivery box that I put all of my stuff in, and that thing is super handy. I can't do this job without it. Not only does it hold the items I need to deliver, it also has a place for me to put trash, like receipts from the stores and parking passes from gated communities. And it also has like places for like air freshener sprays when the car just gets really bad from the smelly food. And if it's like a rainy day and I can't roll the windows down, I can at least spritz a little bit in here so it gets rid of that fast food smell. So that's like my main equipment that I use to deliver. And then I got in the trunk, I have my delivery bags, and that helps with the groceries. When I have a lot of groceries and I need to just bundle them all up and carry them in one big delivery bag. And then I got my flatbed cart, which you've probably seen a lot of other delivery drivers using something similar. I know a lot of people have something that's more like a wagon, which I don't care for because it takes up too much space in the car. If I had an SUV, I'd probably have a wagon. But since I just drive this little Prius, it's so small that I just use my flatbed cart. And when it folds up so flat, it's only 2 inches thick. So it takes up no space in the car when I'm not using it. And I got that on Amazon. I don't think they have it on Amazon anymore, though. I think they have some other type. I think whatever I got was so expensive to make that they stopped making it. But it's very sturdy. So that's all my primary delivering equipment. I don't think I have anything else that's super fancy. I mean, I have my red DoorDash delivery bags. But most of the time I use those bags just to prop up against the food so it doesn't tip over. It doesn't really get I mean, if it got super cold here and I had a very long drive, I would put the food inside one of the insulated bags. But for the most part, usually either the food won't fit in the bag because it's too big and bulky, or the drive is just so short. There's no point in putting it in a bag. And I have found that putting food in the delivery bag messes with the condiments, especially the butter. Like if a person orders pancakes and I put it in, the butter turns into pure liquid, and actually the customer doesn't like that. It makes certain things that should stay cold, it just kind of ruins them. And then I guess another thing that I use that's equipment is the rubber floor mats that I have. And those have saved me countless times. I can't tell you how many times a drink has spilled. And if you just had regular carpet floor mats, you would have to wash them because the food or the drinks would spill into the carpet, and eventually the carpet would start to smell. It would get like a moldy smell. You probably know people like that. You get into their car and there's a strange moldy smell. That's because their carpet has filth in it that was never cleaned properly, and now mold has grown into the carpet. So that is it. That's all the equipment that I have in the car. Those are all the basics. I'm going 50 miles an hour in a 45-mile-an-hour zone, and this guy behind me is tailgating me. This town is too much. Oh, I should get my driver's license out. I'm gonna need it for the security guard. I hear that the security guards say that a lot of the delivery drivers don't even have a driver's license, which I'm really shocked that they're actually doing this job and they have no ID. I read online that a lot of people have like stolen accounts that they're using to make money. I don't quite understand how the accounts get stolen, but I hope it never happens to me. I hope nobody ever steals my account. Maybe they just get hacked, I guess, and then they put their payment information in, or their bank account as the payment. That's just wild to me that someone would do that. I think that would be traceable, and then you go to jail. Anytime anything involves money, there's always people trying to scam. I heard for Walmart Spark, I heard that now, in order to do Walmart Spark, you essentially have to be a legal citizen of the United States, and you have to have a license, a driver's license with a little star in the corner. And I think the only way you can have that star is if you submit proof of citizenship to the United States, and then it has to get approved. That's the only way to get the star on your driver's license. I haven't heard any of that from Uber Eats or DoorDash, but I thought I read an article that Walmart Spark is going to require that, at least in some areas. I don't think it said in all areas. It's just wild that there are so many changes that are happening all the time. The weather's nice right now, sunny and clear, 63 degrees. I've got 21 miles currently on the car, and I'm getting 56 miles to the gallon. And we have 3 minutes to go, 1.3 miles. Uh-oh, someone's crossing the street. Doo-doo, doo-doo. They're at the crosswalk. They got their phone on. They're just waiting for you to cross. We're waiting for you. We're doing what the law tells us to do. It looked like he was talking with somebody, like on his phone, like as you having a video phone call while he was walking. Yeah, we're gonna be going to Loft 5, my least favorite place to deliver to. I'm gonna pray I don't get lost. They didn't even give me a building number. This is not a very courteous person. No instructions whatsoever. Hi, good morning. I'm going to and it is all right.
I feel the six in the back all the way down. You make two lids. Stop right here in the back.
All right, great. Thank you so much. Well, that was kind of helpful. He showed me a map. He said, make two lefts, and it'll be on the back side of, I think he said building 6, I think he said. And my navigation confirms what he just said. So the guy did mark the map properly for his door. Now the next obstacle is going to be getting into the building because it's a secured building. So I've got to go to a call box, and call the customer up, and he'll buzz me in, hopefully. At least he knows to expect me. And the guy said it was building 6. This is the most unfriendly building, I swear. He said go halfway down. I would hate to come here at night. I think it's coming up here on the left. Yeah, this is it. I will park in the visitor parking and we'll drop it off. way to the 5th floor. So far, no problems. And it's just going to be a leave at the door. Gotta go outside again. Thank you. It's a long walk. Well, that was not that bad. I was very fortunate that the customer was responsive to both the security guard and to me pressing the call box button on the call box to get inside the building. So that was worth it. Now I'm just putting hand sanitizer on because I had to touch that filthy elevator buttons, all the buttons you have to touch, so I don't get any germs. While I was going down the elevator, I was checking to see where I was at money-wise, and I am currently at $49 and change. So I'm going to start making my way back towards home, and if I get something decent that's going to take me closer to home, I'll take it. Otherwise, I'm just going to turn the app off if I don't get anything, but more than likely, I'm going to get something because I'm super far from home. I've got at least a minimum 15-minute drive to get back home. Minimum. God, they have the most brutal speed bumps in this complex. Every time I come here, it's like nobody lives here. It's like people must live here. But it always feels like it's abandoned when I come here. And it's probably one of the more ugly buildings in Vegas. It has a real, I don't know how to describe it. It has a very industrial feel to it, I guess. And not a whole lot of, there's just not a whole lot of aesthetically pleasing things about this building. The only thing it has going for it are the views. You saw when I was up there on the 5th floor, the beautiful view you could see of the city when I was on the walkway. Coffee Madness, $5 for 6 miles. Yeah, that building has pretty views, but the building itself is not attractive. It feels very much like a prison to me. It's probably expensive to live there too. I wouldn't be surprised. So right now we're not in a very good hotspot area. Anything that comes in here always wants to take me either to Blue Diamond, which is further away, or it wants to take me to the Las Vegas Strip. And neither of those places do I want to go to. Those work against me. It just puts me in a place where I'm not familiar with with the area, and the drop-offs tend to be really difficult. If you're a new DoorDash driver, this drop-off I just did is considered a very advanced drop-off. It's very high level. $5.52 for the grocery outlet. That was a very high level. It involved getting past the security guard. You got to go through a call box. You got to figure out where to park. Very hard. That's one of the hardest apartment. Well, not the hard. There are harder apartment buildings than that one, but that's a pretty tough one. It wasn't that hard for me to deliver there only because I've been there many times before, so I'm familiar with the process. If I was a new person doing this job and I got this assignment, I'd be so stressed out. That's probably why the order was just sitting there and nobody had accepted the offer. And I think that the customer had to tip like over $10 to get somebody to come out to bring them the order. Nobody wanted to do it. That happens a lot. Like the customers will first start out with a low dollar amount and wait and see if a driver takes the offer. Then they slowly start raising it by a few dollars here, a few dollars there, until finally a driver says, yes, I'll do it. You'll see that sometimes in the app when you get an offer, it'll be like, go to Albertsons, and it'll say $5. And then a couple of minutes later, you'll see the exact same offer come in, but it'll be a higher dollar amount. And you'll wonder if Uber or DoorDash is trying to steal money from you, but it's actually the customer changing the tip amount, realizing nobody wants to do it and they want their order completed. It must be slow right now. There's no offers coming in, and I'm making my way towards the hotspot area. Right now I got about $42.10 on DoorDash and $7.26 on Uber. That's $49 and change. Currently at 26 miles on the car and 59 miles to the gallon. Oh, I should have probably got gas. Gosh darn it, I didn't think of it. Too late, I'm not going back. This would have been a good time for me to get gas at Sam's Club. I wasn't thinking about it. It's too late. I already passed the street. This car gets such good gas mileage. Like I have 2 gallons of gas left in my car, but those 2 gallons will get me over 100 miles. I got like over 100 miles left on the car before I have to fill it up. So, and since I only put on normally about maybe 35 miles, that gas will last me for 2 to 3 more days. I was watching a live stream of a DoorDash driver who drives a pickup truck, and I think they said they put in $50 a week for gas. I was like, that is ridiculous. That is a huge amount of money. And I think they said they make $400 a week doing it. I was trying to do the math. I was like, you know, 400 or 500. I think they said. I'm like, I was like, do you realize 10% of your money is going to gas? That's a lot of money. That's almost like taxes to the government. $4, 3.6 miles. No. That is too much money to be spending. And that person is not even calculating the cost for new tires and all the other maintenance for the car. So in the end, that person is probably spending, they think they're only spending $50 a day. They're probably spending close to $75 a week on maintenance, gas and maintenance for their vehicle. Shoot, that is a lot of money. A lot of people don't do the proper profit and loss estimations in their business. They only think about the inflow. They just think money's coming in, that's all that matters. They don't look at the outflow. 775, 8.3 miles. Madhouse Coffee. No, that's no good. I think for this car I spend 15. What do I spend? I think I spend about $15 a week on gas. So that's about $60 a month I spend on gas to do this job. And then I bring in about $1,500 a month doing this job. So if I do my math, what percentage am I at? Let's see. Decline. 1% of 1,500 is $15. So if I spend 4%. $6, 4.5 miles. No. Garbage. I'm already almost back home. So 4% of my money goes to gas. Sunny and Fine breakfast burrito. $4.50 for 1.5 miles. Where would I drop it off at? Oh no, I'm not going there. That's a definite no. The miles were good for that one. I almost would have taken that offer. But it was going to one of these high-rise luxury apartments. It takes forever to deliver. It wasn't just like a house. Petco. Go to Petco. We'll pay you $11.75 to shop for just 2 items. Oh gosh. But what Petco is it? Oh, I'm not in the right lane. Never mind. No thanks. I want something simple. That would have been a good one. I mean, it would have taken me over the amount of money that I'm pretty much done. I am pretty much done. As soon as I get to this light, when this light turns green up ahead, if I don't get anything decent, it is goodbye. $5 to go to O'Reilly Auto Parts for 4.2 miles. Another lousy offer. When this light turns green, I am done. $49 is good enough. Like, I'm short probably about 60 cents or 70 cents at the most. That's no big deal. Whew. That was a long drive. I'm really shocked that a decent offer did not come in. I mean, I guess an offer, that Petco offer was decent. To just shop for 2 items at Petco and get $13.